And I'm going to start with Charles from the Fraunhofer IZM. Hello, Charles. Going to talk about interconnects and their technology. So let's begin. Charles, you have the floor.
Yeah, thank you. My talk today will be around a feasibility study for massive parallel assembly for contacting micro-LEDs. So that was a work performed here at Fraunhofer IZM with my two other colleagues, Kai Zoschke and Hermann Hoppermann. Yes. So first, I will go briefly onto the goal and the motivation. What we want to achieve in this presentation is describing process possibility or process method to achieve such a kind of RGB array combining from different source wafer. So micro LED displays are quite interesting because micro LEDs are well known to enable lower power losses compared to usable blue LEDs and color filters stuff. There is also some topics around the longer lifetime, higher brightness, thermal stability compared to OLEDs. And one other point is that the RGB is quite complicated or complex to realize on a monolithic integration. So that's why that we think that combining from three different sources to achieve an RGB is one of the on the way in the present time to go to a micro display in RGB. So the goal is that we want to assemble microchips on a host substrate with three different source wafer, and that we recombine them to go to this RGB array. So the philosophy or the approach behind is that we start with three source wafer, or so red, green, and blue, and that we picked or select part of this arrays from the micro LED wafers, and making, let me say, sub-arrays of R, D, and B, and then we recombine them into the host substrate as depicted on the right side of the slide. So basically, 2 points. We have there collective and selective picking of the micro LED, and then a collective transfer with a sequential bonding to the R, the G, and the B to the substrate. One interesting point of this approach is that it's kind of massive parallel. So here there is no handling of small single LED dies, which are necessary. The base principle and the specificities of the approach are highlighted in the next slide. So the first one, we have three big specificities on the present approach. We use a gold-tin solder that we applied on the chip. Why we choose gold-tin? It's a well-known robust material for electrical interconnects. It has high conductivity, it's resistant to corrosion, and so on. It has a high melting point. So where you form here thermally stable phase AU5SN, which remelts at above 500 degrees C. You can also achieve a solder hierarchy using the gold-tin because it's not remelting then in the next steps of the assembly level. So for example, if you have to assemble the display further on a PCB or whatever, then you will not remelt your already assembled small components. It's compatible with photonics and optonic electronic stuff, and it can be deposited on wafer scale. The second big specificity is that in this approach, we use a kind of conveyor. It's used to make the temporary handling with a glue and laser debonding. I will come on to this point later. And it carries two functions. It aims to pick or make the selective picking, and then the simultaneous transfer of this subarrays to the host substrate. And the third point is the design. Here you have to take care that it only works if you have a die pitch consistent between the source wafer and the host display. So it has to be the same or an integer of it. Well, Since we didn't have access to functional LED,